rest for you too, Cocky.
And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
How we always represented by the worst of us. When you see the opening clip, you got the music coupled with them laughing and dancing in front of him holding his eyes, right? They say, arrest us, arrest us. You can't quite make out what he's saying, but it looks like he's being mocked. Think about police officers. Think about firefighters. When we all running away from danger, they running towards it. Think about that for a second. And we don't revere those type of positions that people are willing to do that protect all of us each and every day. But if DJ wanted to be a football player or a basketball player or a soccer, whatever if you call it playing, in that boring ass shit we call baseball, all that's copacetic, you know? The worst of us often represent the best of us. Shout out to DJ. Shout out to him being bestowed one of the greatest honors in the land of being a Secret Service agent. Salute to DJ Daniels.
But you wanna know the craziest part? Because my mom bathes me and my brothers all together, and out of nowhere I locked up, and then my dad was calling my name, and I started going to the slow thing, and he said, "Stop playing with me," and I then I started to act, I ain't gonna lie, I started to act slow, and then as soon as he said that, we was speeding all the way, running lights, going to the hospital, and then next thing you know, I was seizing on the table. They said, "Nah, we gonna have to go in his brain tonight." Ever since then, I had 13 brain surgeries, and that's how many times my personality has changed. And that's something that you don't hear from a terminally ill child. They had 5 months to live. I'm gonna keep on going until my gas tanks run out. And that's when God calls you home. You never know when God's gonna call you home. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my dad. And I know he's pretty proud of me, and I'm pretty proud of him too. And I'd like to thank President Trump, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today.
DJ Daniels, 13-year-old cancer survivor, for those who don't know, who have probably been living under a rock. As you can see, you know, he had 13 surgeries, as he mentioned, and his hair, obviously there's loss. They had to cut into his head, so, you know, his head is definitely patchy, obviously, for obvious reasons. In another interview, his father stated that he has a tube that essentially drains the excess fluid. It broke a couple of times, in which case they had to go back in. It's also fused to his vertebrae. And so continuously, he's going to start to lose the ability for those vertebrae to function. Eventually, he's actually going to lose the ability to walk. So the tube that they put in his head, it was kind of internal in a way, but it kept on breaking, trying to get rid of the excess fluid. So they put it on the side of his head to where it's more external now, so that's more easily accessible. This is just how much this little boy has been through. He is a cancer survivor. He is currently surviving. You know, they give him months and months and months to live, right? He keeps on defeating the odds. And so his dad said he's just going to stand tall. The reason why we're here today is when people who have so much influence are irresponsible, and because they call themselves a comedian, they think everything's a fucking joke. The Breakfast Club, we got to call you to the front of the congregation, but especially Jess hilarious.
Effective, right? But then you had people arguing, okay, this was race baiting. This little black boy shouldn't have been used as a prop. And I'm like, are y'all
He's black?
Whatever, he's a person of color,
No,
obviously.
okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know his
He's
exact
African American.
ethnicity. But when I saw that,
his head was nappy.
His hair was not nappy at all. It wasn't.
He was black.
The dad, yeah.
You think he was black?
His dad was black.
Yeah,
His dad was holding him up. I don't know if that was his dad, but yeah, it
Not
seemed
that
like that
that
was his
I
dad.
just don't think Lil Boy was
Yeah,
black.
he
His
was
hair
black.
wasn't
He was
nappy. I mean, it was patchy, but it wasn't nappy.
One thing I don't understand is it seems like our people always joking. The boy is a cancer survivor and it's not done. One, you don't know if he black or not. Shows that nobody did their due diligence, right? Charlemagne, we get it. His hair was nappy. Shut up. I hope that Charlemagne was saying it because he was essentially saying, oh, his hair is nappy, which confirms that he's black. This is just a bad look overall, right? You got to know when not to joke, especially when it's our people being bestowed an honor like we mentioned earlier. But while they being serious, while you got the white man giving them a hug, you got all them white people applauding, you got white President Donald Trump making him a Secret Service agent, we laughing and joking and thinking it's funny, right? And dumbing down the honor that he receives. But look at this.
Hairstylist, and a bitch asks you, oh yeah, when the last time you had your ends clipped? As if it fucking matters. That shit don't make your hair grow anyway. Well, not mine. Anyway, you tell them, no, I ain't had them clipped in a while. So they clip them and shit, and they tell you, this is gonna make your hair grow. This is gonna make your hair grow 3 to 4 inches within a couple of weeks. Oh, wow. Let me tell you something, bitch. That was 6 weeks ago. Where is the hair? Bitch, I don't believe in split ends, okay? I feel like that's hating on the longer strands. And the shorter pieces should catch up. And if y'all don't want to grow, cut them out. Don't cut my long pieces back to the short, bitch. Cut the short pieces since they don't want to grow.
You see what I mean? This what happens when the chickens come home to roost and all that. Jess, you didn't have cancer. You didn't have 13 brain surgeries. Yet and still you can't fucking tell. This is what happens when it's fresh face and no makeup. Look at the ponytail. Look at the forehead. Look at the sides and all that. There's zero hair up there. You might as well get a buzz cut and call it a day. And you did this to yourself. Too much product, too much burning, too much perming. Because you never even embraced your so-called natural hair. At least not back then. Not back here. You look crazy. You real salamander centric here. I think that you may turn into stone when the sun comes up. You look like a day walker, but the internet lived forever. And when we rewind, you look like he looked like, except for we know why he looked like that. And we wondering why you look as such. Chickens come home to roost, man. We gotta know when to be serious. We gotta know when everything ain't a joke, especially if you got, especially if your jacket look like how we just saw. Let's get this shit together, man. Be responsible with your influence, Jess. Charlemagne. A lot of shit is misconstrued and it don't be funny. And you gotta know when not to be joking. Black people, let's do the right thing. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. And I'm out.